Thank you, brothers and sisters. We have something hip that we want to present to you.
Yo, sound man, turn it up.
Beans.
Hey man, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? This is the Drop the Beat podcast with your man, DJ Wildchild. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling, man?
Yes.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Where we talk about everything music, DJ, and the DJ life, right? So man, I want to pull in this week one of the homies. We've been knowing each other for a while.
Long time.
One of the guys, man. Y'all make some noise for my man Craig Elliot, half of the AKA what? Spin Doctors. What's up, brother?
Having me, man. I'm good.
Yeah, brother.
I'm good.
What's good
Thank
with
you for
you?
having me. This is dope.
So let's just get right into it, man. Give us your background.
It's a lot. I don't think we only do an hour.
Shorten it up.
Man, I started this thing. Well, let's start with the DJ, then go back.
Okay.
I'm probably 13 years in now, which is crazy.
13 years in doing what?
DJ, professionally.
What?
DJing. Yeah. It seemed like
Huh?
It seemed like forever. Then it seemed like I just started.
Dog, it don't feel like no 13 years.
Yeah,
yo.
man, it's crazy.
Wow.
And it's been an amazing journey, you know.
Okay.
And the best part about it to me, obviously, I honestly, is loving, is the camaraderie amongst DJs. Seriously, like I like to learn. I like to you know, and it's been like that from the beginning. Studying the DJ,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I just always appreciate the craft. Now, going back a little further, this with me starts at 14 years old. It started when I first met. It's actually music started before that. And we know that's all it is, but I'm talking
Of
about the
course.
technical parts of
Right.
these things. Hanging out with George Perry. Went to De La Salle my freshman year of high school. Met George Perry, Mike Dibborn,
Mm-hmm.
Ron Trent, and we would be at George's crib, and you know, his dad was a electronics guy, so he had everything, and he was rich. His father was a doctor, he had money. You know, it's 1980, it's you know, it's
It's always they was
mid
rich.
80s, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so we talking about 86, 87, 88. You know, hip hop was alive, house was alive in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, there was no way I was gonna be able to ask my mother and father for not just $1,000 turntable, but two,
Turntable
and a
wasn't that
mixer.
much back
Well,
then.
1200, the Technique 1200s, but whatever. It was way more. It seemed like $1,000.
Right. Got it.
You know what I'm saying? $1,000 worth of equipment. It just wasn't happening. But George had it. We messed around, played over there a little bit, and but what I realized is that I was better with the people.
Okay.
So I became a promoter, you know, and it started in high school. It went through college, and then obviously, you know, that grew professionally, and not just promotions, but hospitality,
Yeah.
brand
Because I think
management.
that's when I met you, when you were still
Yeah.
like heavily promoting or whatever.
Yeah,
the case may be.
heavily promoting. My company was out all night promotions. You know, me and John Monopoly, we rocked, did stuff. I've been out for a while doing it. I'm 50 years old now, and again, that thing started professionally
Mm-hmm.
at 18, 19, 20. During that time, I remember I used to, you know, hired you,
Mm-hmm.
hired a plethora of other DJs, but I was also managing D Double.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I was managing D Double, you know, and help hire and push the careers of C Vicious, hire Malik Shabazz, a few other people, and with them, I was always into the music, but buying records was a thing to do. You know, as a promoter, I'm like, yo, this is the hot shit.
Right.
Hey, Dave, you need this. You
Right.
know, even back in high school, hey, George, you need this.
Right,
You know,
right.
going to Gramophone, going to, you know,
Dr. Wax
Dr.
and all
Wax,
that,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying, messing with Dwayne and them over there, and Rob over at was behind the alley, drawing a blank, and it's early.
In Hyde Park?
No. Like around Prentice Row.
Oh my God, I just drew a
I
blank.
know, I'm drawing. Like I told y'all, I'm 50.
Okay.
Anyway, just buying records was a fun thing too. Later on, man, as it just progressed and just being in it and seeing what the DJ did to the crowd, loving the music, enjoying the craft. You know, I was hanging with Twilight Tone and stuff, and seeing this, it was just I knew it was something I wanted to do. But quite honestly, I think in the back of my head, I was still stuck on buying the equipment. You know, and then I'm such to date still a fan of the DJ. You know, present company included.
Thank you.
That I was just like, no, I ain't gonna do that. No. And then Mark Fuller and I, we was doing the Butterfly Social Club on Thursdays. Butter Soft Soul every Thursday nights. And it became a thing that maybe the last 30, 40 minutes of the party, right? You know, I would play some music, right? I knew how to just play some songs or whatever, so I wasn't, you know, cutting or doing nothing fancy or even really blending. But my songs would be different than what the crowd would normally play.
Right.
And people saw, oh, okay, he's a DJ. But it was really Mark just wanted to go, you know, take the piss, you know, go holler at some girls. He's like, I'm tired of DJing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, go play some records. He do that right now. I go to kick him like, hey, play this song for me, and then don't come back for half an hour. Or whatever. So, you know, that kind of, yeah, so that kind of happened there. And then that became a thing. And then, you know, just being a promoter, I was a mic host. So people thought I was DJ then because some of the other DJs just, you know, one is vocal at the time. Yeah, I was vocal. I get on the mic. I knew the people. Shout out to Tanya. What's up, Big T? I see you over there and all of this stuff. Because to me, that made people, you know, feel good and feel, you know, like they had a place in the party. Like they felt like this was theirs. I've always prided myself on not being able to have a bunch of security because I felt the people police themselves because this they house.
Right.
It's my living room. This your house. Treat it as yours.
Right.
People got a problem with each other. That's gonna wait till later. Somebody have a problem that don't belong there. I ain't need security. I got a whole party of people, and a DJ ready to stop it. And be like, hey, what you doing? We'll stop this whole thing, you know. And that's because I just wanted people to have that feeling, and the DJ and the sound really was the epicenter of creating that.
Got you.
With that, man, it was eventually like, oh, I can do this. And then I was like, oh, shit, I can afford this shit now. I can buy this stuff. About myself. And along with, you know, my spin doctor partner, Kevin Burns, and I, when we were doing Bar 10, we had a karaoke night, and we had our Sunday Fun Day. And our karaoke DJ, Phil Green, big shout out to Phil Green, Phil got popular. And had a whole bunch of other work. You know, he was doing his thing.
Phil Green.
Smooth Phil.
Oh,
we
man.
ran the best. Smooth Phil. He get out there and sing. Big shout out to Phil. But he got popular. He got work and was going, you know, back and forth and stuff. So, you know, Phil was like, okay, what, you know, here goes some music, and here, y'all can run it this night and stuff like that. Well, that went from playing karaoke music to Kevin and I both investing in DJ equipment.
Okay.
To being like, we can't afford to open a DJ. Look, we just gonna play ourselves. Ain't nobody here yet. You know, we gonna wait till Malik get here, wait till Mark get here, wait till Corey or whatever. Wait till you play over there, and then you know play. Because again, I always had respect for the DJ, so I never wanted to put somebody in a position where I wasn't able to pay them properly or pay them accordingly. Yeah. That's even why when I got involved, you know, people was like, you know, trying to hire me, thought they was gonna get it on the low. It's like, nah, I knew the business,
right?
So I knew the value.
Right. You
know, I mean, Vince Adams gave me a gig, gave me a wedding. This was right after COVID, I want to say. Vince, he was lightweight. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do this DJ thing. Twitch is obviously doing very well for him.
Very well.
And he sent me a wedding. And he was like, I got somebody for you. I'm not going to be able to do it. And I gave him a rate. And he was like, that's what Vince charged. I was like, well, who gave you my number? That's the cost.
Right.
I never wanted to come in and undercut. Because, again, managing DJs, being a promoter, you know, being an operator, even, you know, with Bar 10 and running these different spots, I knew the value. So I knew coming in, I couldn't sully the value. Right? And I also knew I just couldn't get up there and do anything.
Gotcha.
You know, I talked to you. I talked to Mark. I talked to Lee Farmer. I talked to Vince.
Yeah.
That was like, yo, am I ready? And everybody type like, no, you got this. And shit, you was one of the first ones to be like, no, you ain't got that. what was that? What was that? Which is what I needed. You know, because then I was like, yo, don't walk through here because I'm Craig and we cool. Tell me what's wrong.
And just to put a pin right there, I think that's where what a lot of people need. And in this game, I've noticed like a lot of people cater to, because we cool, we homies, blah, blah, blah. That, I mean, it's cool, but really, how do you benefit from that if I'm catering?
Exactly.
Like, I'm sitting in the back of the room and I'm hearing everybody like, yo, dude sounds like shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Gym shoes in a dryer. You know what I'm saying? Like, but how are you benefiting if I'm not being honest enough with you? And you're my homie. You're my dog. You my mans. We fool with each other. Why shouldn't I be able to come to you and be like, dog,
yeah.
Tonight wasn't it.
It wasn't it.
Tonight was not
Tell
it.
me. Man, I got mixes that I did when I first started. The songs are dope. Quite honestly, I want to go back to the songs.
Transitions.
But it sounded horrible.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that it was completely horrible, but it would sound good. And I'll go 45 minutes and I'll be like, what the fuck? I'm deleting this. And I had people like, what are you doing? No, don't delete that. Just because of one bad, I'm like, you don't understand. Like, this is where I am now. I can't have one bad blend.
Yeah.
And I feel like that going into it, and we do it. We all do it.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
I think I've brought myself down a bit now because I've seen all of us, the greats, everybody do it, and we like, oh, because I'm listening different now. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So what is it about? What is it about the Chicago DJ? Because they always say, yo, you know a Chicago DJ when you hear him. What is it, in your opinion, what is it about the Chicago DJ that separates us from New York, Cali, or just anywhere else?
Okay, well, let me give you a little history. We're the dancers. Soul Train started here.
Yeah.
When they moved to L.A., it got big because obviously the L.A. market. But let's look at the dancing that was being done.
Facts.
They was Hollywood. They was being silly. They just getting up there to be seen. A lot of pop locking, which is fine because that came out of L.A. But we the dancers. We the groove here. Right? We the soul. We come from that. George James will tell you all the time about what our true influences music here is in this city. Then, what did we create? One of the largest, one of the two top largest genres of music on the planet, and house music.
Yep.
That came from the god DJs of Ron Hardy and Boo Williams, and obviously, Frankie Knuckles coming here, that blended that music to do what? Keep the dance floor popping, non-stop. There were no breaks. Our DJs were, I guess I could say, a little more shy, not as braggadocio as maybe a New York DJ. To where now they're more MCs. They're talking, they got drops, they got alarms and all of this, you know what I'm saying, to get things hype, and that shit is dope. But we keep the thing going. We keep that vibe, and we do it in hip hop, we do it in reggae, we do it Afrobeat, we do it rock. You know what I'm saying? Our blends, we take music to make music. That's what we do here. That's why I tell people all the time, you can take a DJ here who ain't did no clubs, who been in the house, and I'll take the Pepsi Challenge against some of the most popular DJs across the planet. Oh, yeah. Because everybody don't necessarily want to do it to get paid, to be popular or anything like that. Some people just love the groove. Okay. And I think if you come from that and if you invested in that, then I think, you can really, do some damage. And I stand on that with some Chicago DJs. Not all. It's not all of us. And now I think with technology and streaming and, people being able to, we have the benefits now to see what everybody else is doing across the planet. It's become more of a gumbo of how people DJ. But I think in Chicago we sort of remain steadfast with what it is that we should be doing as far as playing. Now, there are a lot of DJs who've gone away from that per se. It's not that they're not blending, but they create shows and they do, doing their own thing, which is dope. Because I would tell anybody who's starting out, be yourself.
Absolutely.
Do your thing. Don't sound like somebody else.
And sounding like somebody else ain't a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing.
Still be able to,
but find your
find your voice.
I think one of the reasons that I got work and people appreciated mine was because I really wanted to play different. Being a nightclub promoter and party promoter, I could recompose, Baby, I'm Scared of You. We've heard it so many times. I love it, and I'ma still play it. Mm-hmm. But I knew the formulas after a while. I knew who was gonna play what and play what how. What was gonna be different for me? What was I gonna play different? Mm. When I first really got into it, and Jay Amani was really the one that put the cables on my back, and I credit him because we was at his crib just hanging out, kicking it. And he had the tables up and stuff, and I think I was like juggling or something. He's like, you know how to do this? I'm like, I fuck around a little bit, but we was just hanging, drinking. He got his, decks out and everything, his turntables at the time. And I was going through and playing songs, and this happened with a number of DJs I played on their stuff. They looked like, what is that? Like, boy, you got the song right here. You ain't even know you had this song. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this is such and such and such and such and such and such and such. It happens. It happens. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is here. I done got in and rename they stuff. Like, you got this under the wrong name, because it was just really for my love of music, which, like I said, this goes back now to my family. My first love of music was jazz from my grandfather. Right after that, it was obviously Motown and some funk from my dad and my uncles. It was rock from my aunt and my mom. Okay. Led Zeppelin, the Doors, Rolling Stones, stuff like that. And then I always laugh and say this is one of my first DJ gigs. I was maybe about 4 years old. I have a picture too. And I posted. And they had a little coffee table. My parents had a coffee table, and they Wi-Fi set up. It was low, and like a little wicker basket that was maybe about this high, right? So my father didn't want me fucking up his wax. So he literally showed me how to, take it out. Right, hold it like this. He had the little brush, put the little 3 drops of formula on there, wipe it a certain way. Right, he told me this. He wasn't showing me nothing. He was making sure I didn't come scratching this shit. Right,
this is so classic. Yes,
put it on there. Take the break off the needle. Listen to the music.
Yeah.
Well, they started having house parties. Just people over. They playing a little bid whist. Drinking. I'm playing songs. Well, guess how I got to stay up late? Because they ain't know I'm behind this big wicker chair.
Behind the wicker?
Playing songs. You know what I'm saying? And my parents will tell you the date. They was like, it'd be midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
First of all, you was rich for having a wicker chair in your house.
That part. The little mini wicker, right?
The wicker chair and the beads hanging off.
The beads and the chrome wallpaper in the background.
Fam, good night.
With a couple ferns hanging.
Good night. Good night.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing that. Then, then that little whiff of different kind of air came through.
That different
air. That different was
yeah.
That ain't incense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then playing records and they be like, Craig still up? And get me. Eventually, I end up having cousins and they ass start tricking on me because now they all in there. They want to be in there too.
Right.
Play some music,
Right.
So, but it was really loving that music, loving the songs, and it was loving the songs that they loved. To date, I play Sergio Mendes, The Real Thing. God, rest in peace. He just passed because it's my mother's favorite song. It's my mother's favorite song. Looking forward to see you. You know what I'm saying? It's just come along. That's what you have. We should just be able to play music every time we talk about it.
Hey, listen, that's an idea for next season. I like that. But
so that man. So just getting to know their music and knew how I felt when the stuff came on. I knew then when Mark was like, hey, play a couple songs. All right, well, I ain't got to rock the party. You rock the party. They already bubbly. This last 30, 40 minutes anyway. They need to get the hell up out of here anyway.
Right.
Let me put this on. Let me slow it down. Let me try something different. Things like that. Let me play something from a soundtrack. Tisha Campbell and the Rays. I don't want to be alone tonight. Stuff like that. So playing songs like that made people go, ooh. Playing stuff from the 80s, super B-side stuff. Playing Orange Juice Jones, Walking in the Rain. Which coming up, we was like, it was a dope song, but the video resonated with us more than anything else.
Yes,
so we didn't necessarily look at it like it was something you played in the clubs because when it kind of was out, we wasn't in the clubs.
Yeah.
We knew the videos,
Yeah.
you know, but they were playing it there. So now when we play for older people, they like, oh, that's mine.
And super funny fact about that song. First of all, that song is super funny because he clean cussed her out without using one cuss word.
One cuss word.
Clean cussed her out.
And wasn't even disrespectful.
Put out. Erased everything out of her bank account. Snatched all the clothes. Sat her back out to the streets.
Piece of jewelry I ever bought you.
Yeah, and then hit her with the yeah.
And I got some words of advice because you still young.
Yeah.
What
do you say? Silly rabbit.
Chicks of kids.
Yeah, dog. That's insane. So let's shift to the difference you've seen in how the party moves from when you were promoter to now you're the DJ, or just period. What have you seen? What are like some of the major shift changes you've seen?
Well, obviously,
in partying.
Obviously, you know, it's social media. So I try not to be the old man, get off my lawn. You know, I really try to stay current. You know, with stuff with you know what the younger kids are doing, especially having, you know, kids that are young.
Yeah.
You know, teenagers and early adults and stuff. They do it different, and I get it. And it's not their fault. It's not by fault, rather, because they get to see more than we saw. Again, we talk about how the Chicago DJs are. It's because this is what we knew. Right. But now, you know, with technology, you can be in these places and see these things, you know. And then music videos became so revolutionary into showing you and telling you what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be driving this kind of car and drinking this type of liquor and dressing this way when you go out, or not dressing this way when you go out, and things like that. Yeah. So I watched it change. I was just having a quick conversation with somebody, and I was just like, damn, we were in our 20s going to like the Shark Bar or, you know, 112 on Canal Street, and for real throwing on collared shirts and jackets. Shark Bar. And I think it was square toe shoes at the time, right? With some jeans on, or maybe a turtleneck in our 20s, our early mid 20s. You can't get them to even have any clothes like that. They don't even wear it at church or funerals no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think, and I'm coming back, but even now to see cats comfortably wearing hats, rehearsal, I gave some leeway to, but during the actual service of church, and you just sitting there with your hat on broke, like, what? And you know, we can talk about that and get deep into what the Lord expects. That's some other time, you know. But I think it was more of a respect, you know, going in, even paying a cover charge, you know. And I'll tell you, I'm probably one of the people that faulted that's at fault for, you know, having parties with no cover charge. Is that necessarily a fault though? Because I'm only say this because, and I think we might have talked about it, but I know I've definitely talked about it. I think because first of all, we ain't making money like we used to back in the day. Let's start there. But then secondly, when you put a cover charge on something, and now you're taking away from my drinking money. So do I want to shorten my bar to get in the door? But more than likely, if you're charging at the door, you're getting the door. Well, I think partying on a budget is a funny thing myself. Because even when I see spots and they be like, discount bottles, it's like, wait a minute, baller? What you need a discount on your bottle for? You want the whole bottle instead of just going to, you know, service the bartender? You should be able to pay whatever the price is. I think with cover charges, though, it added value. It added value to the party. You know, I'm coming. Let me tell you something. I've seen longer lines for stuff that done had a cover charge that then went up, that'll go up throughout the night, than I have for where you can just walk in for free. I never understood because you've added value. People buy expensive stuff because it has value. Let me give you a quick little thing. So I was a rep for Martell Cognac, right? And you know, there was a lot of, you know, learning the history and things about grapes and blah blah blah. The Martell company, so cognac grapes have to come from the region of Cognac, France, to be called cognac. Same thing with champagne grapes from Champagne, France. The Martell company owns
think roughly about 60% of the vineyards in Cognac, France, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means at a certain point, some of the other cognacs got to come to who to buy their grapes?
Mm-hmm.
Martell, right?
Mm-hmm.
The price point of Martell is significantly lower than that of Cavassier or a Remy Martin at the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm not sure what Douce is or whatever, but nevertheless, well, I'll go to Douce. More people was getting the Remy because it costs more, even though the actual grapes you were getting and the distilling process, things like that, were more refined with Martell. So you come, and it was solely an American culture thing, right? I say that people are going to pay for something that they think is going to give them more status as opposed to something that's being given away to them. If it's given away, it ain't worth a damn. If you paid so much amount of money for it, then it has value, even though if the same thing was created in the exact same place, in the exact same way.
Okay.
You know, so now free parties are the thing. And yes, there is a budgeting thing. I'd rather do this and spend my money here and things like that. But now it changes what? Because if it's free, anybody can get in. So now it changes the vibe. You ain't on your Studio 54 no more. I mean, you can't get in with that.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, I'm sorry. Not them flats. Not tonight. You know what I'm saying? That bonnet, it ain't going to happen tonight. You know, so now coming in to a place dressed a certain way and things like that, that was all out the way. Then couple that with, if you did have a cover, some people who had a particular type of money and, you know, loose income can come and be like, damn, all that cover charge or whatever, hit everybody walking through the door and being, regardless of what the owner says, the promoter, or maybe the promoter even went for it. You know what I'm saying? So now they coming in, past the line, out of dress code, you know, standing on your furniture, loud.
Yeah, been there, done that, seen it.
Paying us, you know, way more money to change the vibe because just the songs they want to hear.
Right.
Even though we doing this thing.
Right.
If you're a DJ that's underpaid, you gonna take it. You know.
Of course.
You know, you gonna take it.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't mad at none of the DJs to take none, but please don't take nothing under $20. Maybe.
There's that. Then there's that.
Maybe $50 for a request.
Right. Right.
So that changed the dynamics, man. And then, like I said, now partying became what I look like partying instead of being in the moment. I've been saying for the past few, and somebody, y'all can take this if I don't do it myself on the promoter end, is I really want to have a party where we take your phones at the door. Straight up.
That's crazy because I really I was having that conversation about how cell phones have become, I ain't gonna say the bane of our party season, but they've just added somewhat disvalue, but to flip it, it's still added a small type of value only because, like, man, if you think about it, you get the cell phone brings at that moment is bringing
free promotion,
right? So that works for the DJ, that works for the promoter, right? But then it goes into it. I think it also works because now, like, people are like, yo, damn, I should have went to that party. Ooh, hey, I just got an alert, such and such is at such and such. Or let's get over that.
Somebody on there and they go, because what we all say, who are gonna be there? And they see it, they go, yeah, I ain't got to go to that one tonight. Yeah, I ain't miss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I need people to be in the moment. I really need people to be in the moment.
I do miss that.
It's been times, man, where I've sat and done it myself playing or watched a DJ rock, and people are on their phones, and it's like, not like the DJ is doing a bad job. The DJ's doing a great job. You get a lot of this,
you know, but
then it turned to this.
Oh, yeah.
I went to see K Tronada the other day. K Tronada's a DJ. Nobody know. And he's a producer in Northerly Island.
I heard it was crazy.
It was crazy, but it was also crazy because he said, y'all know there's a party. Y'all can dance. The demographic is a little different. They don't dance. They're young. The young kids don't know how to dance outside of, 20-second TikToks. But everybody had their phone up. And then there was a clip that came up the other day, just recently, where a young lady he did a party at Soho House, and she snapped on everybody. It was like, put them fucking phones down. Y'all need to dance. You in Chicago. blah blah blah. So it's completely changing. You go see Jazzy Jeff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think, in my personal opinion, it's good, but it's bad. Why? Because let's just say this in particular night, I couldn't be there, but somebody caught this giant of a DJ murdering this place, and now I get to experience what they experienced. But at the same time, again, it goes into, oh my God, like, I'm so focused on getting this footage that I'm not in that moment. So,
and the thing is, do word of mouth still matters. And personally, I think word of mouth is still way better than some content somebody created. I do. Why? Because it could be, one thing could be created, one thing is natural. Okay. Obviously, I don't have no problem with content creation. You know, big shout out to Drop the Beat podcast.
Yeah. What up?
Hold on, we got to toast to that. Yeah, toast to Drop the Beat podcast.
Toast to that, bro.
You know, no, I am here. I do like content, but man, that being in the moment, that feeling you get, you know, cause again, let me rewind back to this. I'm a dancer. Okay. I'm a b-boy. I'm a house head. So that was also part of my DJing thing. I knew when the breaks came when I wanted to dance. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm cutting later because I knew at this break, this the dancing part. You know, even have set drops at that point because that's the place where you want to be. That's how hip hop started. You know, because of the break beat. That's the point you want to dance off of. The long extended versions of long dancing came, you know, under house music. So I came out there in the auspices of being a dancer. Okay. To rock the party. What's gonna make people move their ass? Gotcha. Even if I catch somebody I'm early and I catch somebody doing this, I'm concentrating on that one person. Cause I'm about to get you. And I get that person up dancing, I got them all night. Oh, they're infectious. That's why I know some DJs have even called in dance companies. You know, where you have 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, guys and girls that'll come and just dance all night because it makes other people dance. So everybody too cool to be the first one up. Oh yeah.
I've never heard of that. Are you dead ass serious?
Yes. There are a lot of companies that do it for like bar mitzvahs and stuff. And
really?
Theaters. Oh yeah. They come in, they get everybody hyped. They run around. Come on, get up. You know, get your Uncle Bill up. Come on, and get him dancing. Get your auntie back up. Get her dancing. Yeah. And then now what we about to do? Now we about to do the wobble. And everybody doing the wobble. Okay, now we do this. Yeah.
Never.
Yes. It's a major money.
Never knew that.
Major money. Big shout out to my man Quo. That's his business. They do an amazing job.
Shit, they hiring?
That's right. I'm trying to get on with you. Yes.
Dead ass, man. They hiring?
Yes, man. Yes. Wow. Because everybody ain't us. Everybody isn't, you know, we do this on the regular. Everybody know. Some people need that extra little bit. So now them people that need that little bit, now they got their phone. Now you really losing them. How you really losing them? You know, even introverts want to have a good time. Yeah. You know? So it's just sort of be in the moment. So I think that's how nightlife has changed because again, it's what you were seen doing and not what you were actually doing. Gotcha. Because I've seen some content from parties I'd have been at, hell, that I didn't DJ. I'm like, that shit, like it was dope. It wasn't like that when I was there.
From my point of view,
the content was dope. I'm like, okay. And then what we do now, we hire people. I need a photographer here. I need a videographer here, and this whole table full of little baddies over here been on their phones. But then you get that camera on, now they up, you to put a bottle in their hand and all of this, and he took the bottle away, be like, all right, whatever, I'm going to get y'all around the shots. Take this bottle, put that back over at the bar. You know what I'm saying? But the content showed, oh, this party was lit. Yeah. Yeah. Was it though? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to be seen. Gotcha. So again, don't want to be to get off my lawn. Old guy, it's just different now, and I want to give a shout to Sean Mack and Joe Starnes for doing their because I've been with them. We traveled to Houston and doing their sing along party, and it's so refreshing because they're engaging
with the crowd.
Yeah, you know, Sean's a great DJ, but he don't have to necessarily spin continuously to engage the crowd.
The one thing, and I've said this about Mac, if nothing else, his mic work is top tier.
He's a show. He's a show.
Top tier.
He's a full show. And I love when people got something to say, because I've had people go, "Oh, I was at this party. He was talking too much." Okay, I get that. I get you. You know, it might be too much for you. But then when he does DJ, I'm like, I told you. I told you. I watched him come up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all these DJs, you know, that now I look up to as a DJ, you know, that were younger than me. I'm like, no.
So now that we
on play,
I'm glad that you brought that bridge out. Chicago wise, give me, I ain't even gonna put a number on it, but give me a few DJs that you, whether it's house, steppers, whatever. Give me a list of DJs that you like to literally go listen to.
Oh man,
for
whatever
a lot,
reason. But I'll tell you, you know, I come from Ron Hardy. You know,
absolutely.
God bless him. You know, I was old enough but young enough to still make, you know, a couple Sawyer's parties. You know, I went to De La Salle, I went to Hales.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, being in part of the Catholic school system, we were still able to do that, especially because I went to school after Mendel closed.
Mm-hmm.
But from that, you know, house is Mike Dunn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for me, I'm really loving the young man Jay Starr.
Yeah,
you know, he's
so Mike. He's the young Mike Dunn.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you even know this music? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm loving Jay Starr. Obviously yourself.
Thank you, brother.
You know, and I'm not saying that because we're here in front of you. I've praised you quite often because of how you play. Because I love your music selection. And then you hit so hard and so fast. Let me tell y'all, it's hard to play behind him. Because it's like, I didn't ran out of me. What am I going to play? Because he didn't play it all through all genres like that. I'm like, God damn, wild. Okay. But the dope part about it is it's challenging to be like, okay, I got to play this then. I'm
not even going to lie. I try to pull back on that.
Don't dumb your shit
But
down.
No, what I've come to figure out, and I'm never going to do that, what I've come to figure out, that's part of my zhuzh.
That's your show.
I will fuck around and get to this point, and I'm hitting 15 songs within a matter of 2 minutes.
Yes.
But you
do it the right way too. I'm doing
it to get to a point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, it's never the same every time.
No, you have no formula. Trust me, I've looked. There are some songs that work because you've done a couple things. It's like, I've done that. And you know, I don't look at no biting. It's just some shit works the same way. And which is dope.
Some songs just marry, and it just makes sense.
Another god on the deck to me is B-Man.
Say less.
Oh, that guy. I mean, when I first met B-Man,
that's the only two words you need.
That guy. I was like,
shit.
You play an instrument? Like, cause just the way you know music.
He actually does, though.
And he does. So he did. I was like, there it is. You know, the big bro Vince Adams, you know, was always,
absolutely,
you know, my favorite. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you know,
the way Vince builds a party is
yeah. And Vince comes from us. And Vince makes you feel good. Vince is up there. Everybody, when Vince DJs, everybody feel like they know Vince. Always got a smile on his face. You know what I'm saying?
Humble.
Yeah. And does his thing.
Super introvert.
Well, that's another thing I realized about DJs, because another thing is, again, like I said, I realized that I was, you know, had more friends with DJs, but I realized, most DJs are assholes. It wasn't to be an asshole, but DJs were introverted and found themselves behind a table to show themselves other than being a dancer or being a promoter and being out there. I think a lot of that developed, and what I found is once I got to know the DJ, because I've had to defend a whole lot of y'all prior to me being a DJ. I'm like, no, that's my man. Oh, no, I came and spoke to him while he was DJing. That's been unnerving. And then once I became a DJ professionally, I became an asshole.
And I think that's the crazy
because
shit.
I realized what it was. Why are you talking to me?
Why are you bothering me at my job and you don't like to be bothered at your job?
That part. And don't get me wrong. Please come say hello. I've had the situation where people I know that I really care about coming to a party and they did this and did that. I'm like, damn, you ain't come holler at your boy. And they go. Why I ain't want to disturb you?
And I respect that.
I respect that. Come say hi. Come give me a wave. You know what I'm saying? Come give me a quick 5. Get out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I really realized what that was at the time. So,
Okay.
I can name so many more. Apologies for who I didn't name, but I'm drawing a blank just so much so because
it's so many.
I'm on the spot, but it's
so
many, man. It's
Yeah.
so many. It's so many. It's so many, man. I love all of y'all. Y'all don't even understand. Like, I'm serious, man. I am a true fan of the Chicago DJ. I really am. I think there's a lane for each and every one of you men and women out there ready to do your thing.
Yeah.
I advocate for it. Even now with, where I am as a DJ and getting work, I've gotten to the point where, I've been able to reposition other DJs again, for work, which I love doing that. I don't think it's all about me and my sound. I want to showcase everybody. I want to rebuild us as DJs. I want people to follow us again and not the party.
So let me take this very moment right here, right now, to first apologize to you. It was never nothing personal. I think I was just in that mindset of we don't need another DJ type situation. You know what I mean? So, and I'm only saying that because I've seen so many promoters become DJs. And I was kind of against that shit at first. But getting older and kind of being cooling out, it's room for everybody and there's money for everybody. It's enough food for everybody to eat.
Absolutely.
So I want to apologize to you for kind of having an alt against you, but never telling you I had an alt because it really wasn't an alt. I was just, it was just at that moment.
I see DJ.
Yeah.
Promoting good enough.
But then I want to also praise you because I've seen, since you've got in the game, I've seen your growth. I've seen how you moved and you've gotten into a few markets that a lot of us wish we could get into. You've tapped into certain people that we wish, because it's been certain events, but like, damn, Craig? Okay. All right.
Well, I'll tell you, man, and that does obviously come from managing DJs. It comes from being a promoter. It comes from being an operator, a brander, and just knowing the business. And this is a business, and I took this serious. I took this serious as a business, not just I'm just playing DJ because I'm a fan, because I respect it, right? Because I knew I had to come in a certain way. With that, DJs, be serious about your craft. This is a business from top to bottom. Be serious about your craft. You get your bank accounts right. Get your LLCs right. Get your swag proper. You can't just be out here just playing music and just think that's it, and then whining that you not gonna get the work. You got to be professional. If you don't know how to do an invoice, hire somebody to do it. Add that little $30, $40, $50 on to your whatever your rate is. To make sure that happens, and be accessible. Be accessible.
Yeah.
So it was really just me, not wanting to come in a situation to have other DJs have disdain for me, because I wanted to come in and be professional and say, hey, I'm here, but I'm gonna do it the right way. Like I said, even with that rate.
Yeah.
Starting at that rate.
Yeah.
Man, I lost 3 gigs in the last 2 days. Because the rate was too high.
Oh, well, it happens.
It happens. D-Nice said something. We was at the men's conference that Louis Carr did, and he was saying that he did like all these Grammy parties, and he was working that night, 6, 7 parties that night, and he said Questlove had mentioned to him, like, man, you out here working. He's like, yeah, I need to get this money, and he told him, he was like, don't. I think, for the sake of not quoting him improperly, he basically said, don't overwork yourself. Don't be so accessible. And he did one particular party. I want to say it was a Cloud Davis party, but he was like, your rate went up. Your rate went up, right? And he was like, I was afraid to put that rate out there because I'm gonna get more no's and yes. He said, yeah, but the yeses you gonna get, gonna be worth 10 of them gigs.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
let me tell you, I'd rather work 10 times a year than 100 times a year.
for less of the move.
That money came in right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm getting 20,000 again.
What? That's
I'm working 10 times.
What is my man's name? David Guida. Jesus Christ! When I saw what he made for a festival over in, was it Sweden or Denmark?
Yes.
The man did have to do 2 hours, and I want to say he was 20 grand.
Oh,
what the what?
And you will murder him,
dog.
I'm gonna say it right now,
dog.
Wild Child versus David Guida. Let's go.
You feel me?
Pepsi challenge, my money right
here. Hey, listen. I want to thank Craig, dog. It's so much more we can talk about. But man,
we can do this for hours. We can do this
for hours. We're going to continue this at some time.
Oh,
but man, thank you for coming through, man. I damn sure appreciate you. You know, your point of view from, you know, your seat from being a promoter to coming into the DJ world, and then even giving, you know, your thoughts about it. But I'm going to ask you this last question, then we definitely going to get up out of here.
Okay.
Any advice you would give to anybody that's getting into the game and coming up at this point?
Well, obviously I said be yourself. Be yourself. Come to something different. Be professional.
Mm-hmm.
But know every aspect of this game. I've had a couple DJs come to me and say, hey, I want to learn this thing. Big shout out to my man, DJ Mark Isaiah, who's come up and come very far. But Mark is an example. He said, I want to learn this. I said, okay. I said, well, shit, meet me over at Beauty Bar, man, and help me bring this equipment in.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell this story before I leave, too, just because this motherfucker walked in. You shouldn't even do me like that. And I said, you gotta learn this. And this goes into this. Ladies and gentlemen, Lee Farmer just walked through here, but whatever. And I was like, you got to know this. So I had Mark come in and basically set up the equipment. No, that's an XLR. That's the difference between XLR and RCA. Put this in. This goes here. This. Mm-hmm. No, I need you to run this here. If these cords are like this, it won't connect well. So I'm having them do this. Right? What's his next thing? Hey, man, you got to invest in yourself. Go buy some equipment. What I need to buy? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no knock against Dell users. No, I need you to go get a Mac. I need you to get this. I need you. He went and invested in himself. And I even told him, I said, look, I know this shit expensive. Trust me, you can sell it back. At cost. If you got good shit, you might even make a little extra money depending on what you got. If you mess around and you got something out that nobody had yet. But invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then practice at home, record, listen to it, and go listen to other DJs. Don't go to parties. Go listen. Go pay attention to what they're doing. After you do all of that, then I'll let you come play a couple songs with me early. And see what happens.
Of all, you said a couple songs.
A couple songs. Or I might, do what Mark did for me and say, hey, play this right quick. Mm-hmm. Or like my big brother Lee Farmer did. He hit me one day. Hey, I need you. Can you come over to the joint? He's doing the joint on Sundays. He's like, can you come over to the joint? I need you to play between his live bands. He's like, play between the intermission. I like, me? He's like, yeah, I need you to come play. I'm on the DJ. Okay. Bro. I think I had 2 laptops and a mixer, something like that, whatever. Yeah, it wasn't even on no equipment.
Oh,
I need to play 30 minutes of intermission, but it was almost like...
What the fuck was you doing with 2 laptops? Like, what?
That's, well, here's another funny story.
Dude.
So there was a group of us that was doing Green Dolphin. Green Dolphin had the issues they had, and so we couldn't have a DJ. So behind the curtains, we had, Kevin Burns and I, we had a couple computers and a mixer and some mixes from World, from Third Degree. Shit, we might have had yours. I think we might have Mike Love mixes, the Farmer mixes. It was a bunch of DJs and promoters, and we had to play the mixes. But you just can't keep playing the same mixes. And I want to say it was something like Otis had came out or something like that. So what you gonna do when the new song came out that ain't on these mixes that's 2.5 years old, right? So we had to download that and then figure out how to bring this song in on the mixer from one computer to the other, because there wasn't no controllers in. It was you was using the Serato box.
Oh yeah,
with turntables and CDJs.
Yeah,
but we couldn't have that shit in there because it was Green Dolphin. If they saw any of that, we get shut down.
Yeah.
and doing that.
Dog.
And was banging out parties over, and Lee said, do this, man. And I played just the same thing, them grooves that I like. Because it's a live band, the joint is sexy. Played them grooves. And then he was like, hey, play the last half hour after the band. Okay. And I actually credit that as actually my first DJ gig.
I mean,
but it was literally that was the first time I played music for people live. Even if they were just having a glass of wine sitting there like this, but it turned into a thing. Like they was at a certain point, they up like this.
You gotta
like
get
the
your
band,
feet.
like the band. I think the band might have came back early. Like shit, this motherfucker killing. The drummer started going with me and stuff. So, So thank you for that, Lee.
Yeah. Hey, so this is Drop the Beat podcast, man. Listen, we've had a blast talking to my man, Craig Elliot. This won't be the last. I promise you that, man.
Not.
Thank
I
you for
hope
the stories, man. Again, thank you for the information and just your journey.
And thank you for your humbleness, man.
Thank
Even
you,
asking
man.
me to be here.
Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely.
For real.
Without question.
Things like this mean a lot more to me than a whole lot of stuff as far as
you.
this game is concerned. So thank you again.
Thank you. So listen, we finna get up out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed. Be ready for the next episode because it's gonna be just as dope as this one was. Until the next time, I'll holler at y'all. It's your man Wild Child, Drop the Beat podcast. We out.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. We have something hip that we want to present to you.